From rock bottom to millionaire, a journey of transformation. A few years ago, I received a phone call that would alter the course of my life forever. It came from my fiancée, who was visiting her family for the weekend. What she said hit me like a freight train. "This isn't working for me. I don't want to do this anymore." Those words turned my world upside down. Within a week, my relationship had ended, and I found myself living in the back of a 15-passenger van that I had purchased from an old church. Why? Because I was $80,000 in debt, with no savings and no way to afford a place to live. That van became my home for the next 4 months. I parked it in the back lot of a climbing gym and ran a power cord into the building so I could at least have electricity. Those months were the darkest period of my life. I was consumed by embarrassment, shame, and fear. The fear wasn't just about my immediate circumstances. It was a deeper fear, a fear of staying stuck, of never reaching the potential I believed I had. I imagined myself decades down the line as a bitter, regretful old man, and I couldn't bear that thought. Around that time, I came across the teachings of Abraham Maslow, a psychologist most famous for his hierarchy of needs. You've probably heard of it. A pyramid of human motivations ranging from basic physiological needs to self-actualization at the top. But Maslow said something else that hit me like a bolt of lightning. He said, "That which we can be, we must be." At first glance, it's just a simple sentence, but it carries incredible depth. To me, living in that van, it meant that deep down, we all feel a pull towards something greater. Even in my lowest moments, I believed, perhaps naively, that I was capable of greatness. It wasn't that I felt great at the time, far from it, but I knew I had the potential. So, from that rock-bottom place, I decided to start a quest. A mission to uncover and pursue my full potential. In this story, I'm going to share exactly how I did it. I'll walk you through the steps I took to get out of that van, turn my life around, and go from $80,000 in debt to a millionaire in just 3 years. Treat personal development like your most important jobs is the first step. Before hitting rock bottom, I had been a professional rock climber. It sounds glamorous, but in reality, it meant I barely made any money and spent most of my time sleeping in the dirt. As a climber, I understood one thing very clearly. My body was my product. If I didn't take care of it, I couldn't perform. Everything from my nutrition to rest and recovery mattered. And those small daily habits eventually added up to big results. When I decided to turn my life around, I took that same level of focus and applied it to my overall personal development. I didn't want to just be busy. I wanted to be effective. So I asked myself, what are the fewest things I can focus on that will make the biggest difference? I identified 4 key areas that I called my spheres of influence: mindset, health, wealth, and skills. These became the foundation of my personal development strategy. The first and most important sphere was mindset. How we see the world determines how we navigate it. If your mental lens is clouded or broken, you'll struggle to see opportunities clearly and make effective decisions. For me, one book in particular transformed my perspective: Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. This ancient Stoic text, written by a Roman emperor, is essentially a collection of journal entries wrestling with questions we all face. What's the purpose of life? What does it mean to live well? Why do we matter? The Stoics emphasize two major ideas. Life is short and every moment is precious. None of this really matters in the grand scheme of things, so don't take life too seriously. This philosophy helped me detach from life's highs and lows, allowing me to focus on what truly mattered, the process, not the outcome. The second sphere was health. This was an area where I already excelled because of my background as a climber, but for most people, this is the best place to start. As the philosopher Seneca said, a healthy person desires 1,000 things, but a sick person desires only one. To build a strong foundation of health, I focused on 3 simple pillars. Exercise. Move your body for at least 30 minutes a day. Nutrition. Fuel your body with high-quality food. Sleep. Prioritize good rest. It's the cornerstone of everything else. The third sphere, wealth, was my weakest area. I grew up in a family that never talked about money, and like most people, I wasn't taught financial literacy in school. But I realized that financial stability was essential. As Maslow's hierarchy shows, you can't focus on self-actualization if your basic needs aren't met. I decided to treat money like a game. And just like any game, you need to learn the rules to win. I read books, watched videos, and sought out mentors who could teach me how to manage and grow wealth. Finally, I focused on skills. The fourth step. Skills are the most valuable investments you can make because they continue to pay dividends for the rest of your life. Elon Musk famously said, "You are paid in proportion to the magnitude of the problems you solve." I assessed my skill set and realized I had a lot of general knowledge but no standout expertise. So, I made a list of the skills I needed to develop to become the person I wanted to be. Then, I committed to improving those skills every single day. Park your ego at the door and cut expenses. Ruthlessly is the second step. In the early days, I had very little income, so I knew the only thing I could control was my spending. I continued living in the van for 4 months, then moved in with my best friend's mom. It wasn't glamorous, and I faced a lot of judgment from others, but I reminded myself, you can have anything you want, but you can't have everything. This step required me to swallow my pride and focus on the bigger picture. Every dollar I saved was a step closer to financial freedom. The third step is to build wealth. I knew I needed to stop trading time for money. So, I started a small window washing business with a few $100s in supplies. As the business grew, I hired people to handle the operations while I focused on scaling. This experience ignited a passion for entrepreneurship. It wasn't just about making money. It gave me a sense of purpose and control over my life. Invest everything is the fourth step. The final step was investing every dollar I could. I educated myself on investment options, stocks, bonds, real estate, and more, and started small. My first investment was a triplex that cost $246,500. Over the years, I reinvested consistently, allowing the power of compounding to work in my favor. Today, my portfolio has grown significantly, but the principles remain the same. Focus on consistent growth and let time do the heavy lifting. The conclusion: in just 3 years, I went from being $80,000 in debt to a millionaire. The journey wasn't easy, but it was simple. By focusing on personal development, cutting expenses, building a business, and investing wisely, I changed the trajectory of my life. If I can do it, so can you. The road to financial freedom starts with small, consistent steps. Don't wait. Start today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you.